is a 10.1-inch display out here. It says 720p is the resolution of the screen, so a high-def stream. It's got a 1 gigahertz dual-core processor. Facing you guys right now is a 2 megapixel camera on the back here. This is a 5 megapixel camera with a dual LED flash. If I turn it over here, this is the power on off. One of only 3 buttons on the device. The other 2 are on the side over here, the volume keys up and down. On the bottom of the device is an HDMI port and a micro USB, so you can connect it to your PC, drag and drop content onto the device, and in the HDMI in the booth itself, you can also see that this is actually plugged into a docking station, and you can actually display this content onto your TV.
Is that what the 2 contact points are?
Right, so one is for micro USB, and then the second is HDMI.
Right next to it? Is that magnetic?
Oh yeah,
like a dog.
Yeah, sorry, for the dock. So the other thing you can already see is this device actually has an accelerometer, and has an e-book compass, has a e-compass and a gyroscope in it as well, so you can do games, stuff like that. So the speed with which it actually rotates around is gives you an indicator of, the other benefit is it doesn't really matter, kind of what direction something is facing. You can easily play it because there are no buttons anywhere. It's clean, kind of this clean line display. So first, I'll play a quick video that's a high-def video just to give you an idea. It gives a great view of the screen here. This is kind of a cinematography type video here, but what it does is it's a nature kind of scape. So
what are the lines on the bottom?
Actually, these are you can bring up buttons here.
So the menu,
yeah, so there's, and so everything will kind of sit tight, if you will.
Does this run on Android Honeycomb?
So this is the first Android Honeycomb.
So is that a
device.
Feature of Honeycomb right there? Is it something that
Motorola?
Yeah, absolutely.
And just full disclosure, my brother works for Android.
For Android or for Google?
For Google, and
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is the first Android Honeycomb first Android Honeycomb device. This is 32 gig of onboard memory. It has it supports HTML5 and Adobe Flash 10.1 at launch. I'll stop this video here real quick, and I'll take you back to my list of videos here, and I'll play to show you a little bit about Honeycomb itself as it walks through. While it's doing this, the browser is actually a tabular-based browser, so just like on a PC out here. All of these widgets are actually scrollable widgets here. It'll actually start scrolling, so you can actually scroll through the inbox, create a widget of your bookmarks over here, scroll and touch through all of them. And part of this also creates a little bit of a more 3D effect. You can kind of see how this is arched in here. This is actually showing setting up of the widget-based architecture.
Is the home screen gridded, kind of like the... Where you can put a widget here and it'll take up like 2 spots.
No, you can move anything around. It's not, I wouldn't call it a specific, a grid. I mean, everything has a XY grid of some sort. So something has to be in a specific spot, but there isn't many, widgets can be moved and dragged around on the device. Because of the dual cameras on the device, it'll have Google Talk, which is on Honeycomb 3.0, also does video conferencing and chat. You can also do See What I See on here as well, which is pretty cool. The device will also have the Google eBook reader, so you have access to a little over 3 million ebooks at launch as well. So it's going to take a look here. It's going to launch the browser, showing you going first from the widget here, but you can also see the tabular format coming up. You can see the very large touch text here as well.
It's a 9.7 inch screen, or
this is a 10.1.
10.1.
Do you I haven't heard any official battery life, average use.
Yeah, so what we're saying is there's approximately 10 hours of continuous video playback.
Okay, so you're like iPad compatible.
So taking a long flight isn't a problem for it. this is the bookmark, the bookmark view, but you can also see the tabular view coming up here as well on it. So, very, very like your PC, and because it's a true, dual core processor here, there's absolutely true multitasking that's happening on the device. So, there are specific tasks that can be run by themselves on the device as well.
Did you announce any Wi-Fi only model at some point, or like is that in?
No. So right now we're announcing just the 3G model. It can be upgraded to 4G. There'll be 3G in Q1, and then there'll be a 4G version in Q2. And then once the 4G version is out, announced, people who have a 3G version have the option, if they wanted to upgrade to 4G.
Will they have to get a new unit?
No, so the existing unit, it's not a software upgrade though. So the existing unit would require a hardware.
They would send your unit, or we would send it back.
How that's going to happen has not been
take it into a store or something.
But it will not be something that's happening in your home living room. That's for sure.
Any date for Europe and more specifically France? Like, I mean, can we see it in 2011 at least, or like?
Yeah, so I think our CEO is saying, this is our first introduction into the tablet space right now. We're just getting started here. Obviously, tablets are very important, so this will not be the end of what we announce or launch with tablets, but this is what we're announcing right now.
But for Europe, for Europe, you cannot even tell me if it's going to be 2011 at least, available by like. They're going to be disappointed, the readers.
You'll get one. So, I wanted to speak.